Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 with some more multiplayer races. For this one, we are using some A-Class BMWs. I have gone for the M1. I've got a different route to everybody else this time, which I'm pleased about. It is all-wheel drive, so I'm going for a different build as well, a different style of build. It may or may not work. I've got this on rally tyres. Rather than the off-road race like you see on the M8 there, and I would imagine quite a lot of cars in here are going to be on the full off-road race tyre. So my tyres will be better on tarmac. I think there are a couple of other cars on rally tyres, the majority are on off-road race. Of course, now I won't be quite as good off-road, that is true. I won't be completely garbage, like if I had a car on slicks, for an example. I don't think we've got anyone going for the extreme on-road build. Everyone's kind of either gone off-road race or rally. I'm hoping it's going to work. To compensate for my potential off-road weaknesses, my car is all-wheel drive, which, I mean, it's not going to save me too much, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's relatively light, 2,800 pounds. It has got an engine swap. It's got a 4-litre V8 in it, which I'm not sure what it comes from. I presume it's a BMW V8. I'm not sure where from, but yeah, my hope is that this will be very good on tarmac, will be quite good off-road. The all-wheel drive might overcome some of the downside of the tyres. It's not going to make it perfect, but we shall see. The i8's managed to friendly fire of all the cars. The i8's managed to friendly fire each other. Oh, we're going to try and sneak our way past here. And we will try and run our way up the hill with this. Now, you will also notice I'm not running aero. So I do tend to run aero on my cars that are running off-road race tyres these days. However, because we've got more grip on the tarmac, I figured the lack of aero might give me a bit more of a chance straight line speed-wise, because I won't have as much power. The rally tyres use up more PI. This is absolute madness. Through here. Sorry, eccentric. I did not know how much speed we were going to be able to take going in there, because I did not know where cars were going to go. 3 wide in that corner is dicey as anything. The 2002 Turbo is going to... Hopefully we're going to get a cutback. Well, we can try and get a cutback on it. Now we've got a different i8 having a bit of a look. It is absolute madness. Longbow's come back into the fray. Come on, M1. We can try and carry a lot of speed down here. No, we can get some understeer. We can't quite carry that much speed through there. The i8, well, I mean... I mean, that's twice in a row, so we are just going to return the favour through the next corner. We can turn tighter than some of these cars. We do still have some understeer problems, though. It isn't perfect. There's an element of the all-wheel drive, maybe, in that we don't have the biggest tyres. That is the one downside on this. We don't have as big a tyres as some cars, although the i8 is notoriously small tyres as well, so I doubt that has got great ones. We are going to have a big slide through the final corner. You can see how much speed we can take compared to 2002. However, it is in the way through turn 1, and I've got to be careful here. We've got an i8 helping us pretty much through there. That is going to defend down here. We're going to just try and cut underneath it, and I think we might get the acceleration I need on it. The acceleration is probably where we are going to be struggling. How much speed can I take down here? We will have to have a little bit of a lift this time around, maybe a little bit more of a lift actually, down there. Don't know what happens to the i8. That has lost a lot of ground in all of this. We are to the front of the field, through the really tight section. I mean, that is where we should be strong. I mean, we are. Need to be better. Need to be better than that. The i8 with a huge amount of straight line speed is fighting back. We are going to have a big tap on the brakes through here. That i8 is looking. It's going to wash out wide with some understeer, I hope. But that's also not got Forza Aero on it. So that's just got... got to say, got more power than me, more relative power than me, I should think, with those tyres. I don't know how much power it can get. Oh, I've asked too much of my car through there, although the i8 is close. We are going to defend. I mean, this is basically what Speed Beast was doing to us last lap around. We will park it on the apex as best as we can. We'll try and get across. I think the i8 is going to get us here, unfortunately. Just can't quite carry enough. We've just got a little bit too much understeer here for my own good. Oh, come on, get turned, get turned. See, because we might be able to have a go here. We can get alongside, but we're just going to lose the run up the hill. I'm trying to kind of pinch it so it's got a tight line through there, but it's not enough. Yeah, could not quite carry the quarter speed with this needed. We've got a much better run through here this lap. And then it just understeers at the end of it. Yeah, couldn't quite make it work. I threw everything at it, but the i8 was just a little bit too fast. Oh, both brushed the wall. Well, it's a shame because that is the sort of track that's I was hoping would be faster on than that, to be honest. However, there we go. The i8 takes victory. The M1 will be second. Speed Beast will have to settle for third. Well, I mean, it's a competitive start at least for the M1. We are off to the Mangrove Scramble circuit for our next race. I mean, okay, we know the i8 is faster than a straight line and will technically be better on the dirt. So I don't think we're going to stand much chance of winning. We can pretty much forget that. It's going to be interesting to see how we might mix it up with some of the off-road race tired cars, if we can be good enough anywhere. I'm going to go with we might be facing like 4th and 5th. We might be better than some of them. I don't think we're going to... I mean, we're not going to be battling for the win. I know that. We're not going to be battling for that unless it turns out the M1 is astonishing somehow. But yeah, we're not going to be completely garbage out here. We're just not going to have... The thing that we're not going to have is kind of the bite in the corner, so the front end is just not going to turn. And if we're already struggling a little bit with understeer problems, it's just going to be worse. It's going to get exacerbated around this track. We're going on the outside. This is very risky against the Z4. Everybody got a bit crossed up over there. I hope the Z4 came out of that okay. We'll end up leaning on each other. I think it might have had a spin. Yeah, everything was bouncing across the crests. That's where things got upset. We are going to scoot around the outside of some cars. It looks like a big old tussle going on up ahead. That's from a little bit too far back there. The M8, no, I think the M8 is on the off-road race tyres. Oh, yeah, front end did not want to cooperate there at all. And probably not going to want to cooperate there, particularly mind the wall. I mean, we'll come out of this in 6th. We've got an M5 behind. I mean, the all-wheel drive, it saves us a fair bit around here. It's certainly not perfect. Oh, going to have a lift through there. Don't hit the wall. We do not. And we will run quickly into turn 1. But yeah, we could be vulnerable to that M5. So what have we got? So eccentric leads with that i8. What happened to... Okay, Longbow's in 3rd. Never mind. I misread a name somewhere. Or has somebody dropped down the order? I think this second i8 might have dropped down the order. I think it might have missed a checkpoint or something. We are horrible through that part. Car gets really unhappy there. So I think that M5... I'm going to presume most of the cars here are on off-road race tyres. Did El Pas get a checkpoint? Did they miss it? They missed it. It was close. It was close. I think the biggest difficulty I'm having currently is the brakes. I just lock up so easily in this. That's where I'm really struggling to get it to stop in some of these corners. We just lock up on the dirt. Eccentric is not going to be challenged by anybody by the looks of the gap going on here. It's a big tussle over second that I'm hoping... If they really fight and really slow each other down, it's not impossible for us to come and join them. That one there was too brave. I knew it was going to happen eventually, but I'm kind of just figure out what can my car do. It's an M3 with the double wing going on. My favourite wacky body kit that has just been passed by Longbow. So, yeah, if they keep having a battle, we could get involved in this. Right, be careful over these crests. We know it's going to upset the car. Right, we have... I mean, it doesn't actually... Considering I know how much of a difference these tyres make off-road. Considering that, we are actually not really doing too badly. I mean, maybe this car would have been better off going off-road race tyres. Oh, Longbow's missed a checkpoint now. This has become... Oh, did they get pushed, maybe? Oh, no, Longbow's disconnected. So I don't know whether the M3 was waiting, thinking they might have nudged Longbow out of a checkpoint, and then Longbow's disconnected anyway, or quite what happened there. We've actually caught up to Proto quite well this lap. Yeah, I mean, this thing is seriously quick, considering what we're up against in some ways. That was a good lap for us. Okay, can we catch the M3 by the end of this one? You can see how much more speed I can take through that corner than the car ahead, but then we struggle here. Now, I have the all-wheel drive traction to launch me out of the corner to a degree. It's just not quite good enough. We are clear of the M3 at the moment behind. Alright, be brave, but composed through here. And it is better this lap around. We'll get on the brakes. Desperately try and get the car stopped. It didn't want to get stopped down there. I got a little too late on the brakes, got too much air time. Although me and Proto both got in trouble through that section. We will try and turn in maybe a little bit earlier than we have been. Make sure we get that change of direction nicely, which we do. The double-winged machine is actually closing a little bit as well in all of this. Come on, rally-tired beast. We can do this. We've got a good run through here. Wonder if that M3 is rear-wheel drive. It's certainly sliding a lot. The problem is, if it's an off-road race, it will just have a lot more power than I do. But damn it, we needed a twisty section just before the finish line. We caught, but we ran out of time. I'm actually pretty pleased with that performance. I am pleased with the way that car performed that track. That was admittedly helped by a Longbow disconnection, but I mean, our lap time was quick. We had the second fastest lap time at the end of the day. We were quicker than Longbow and the two M3s as well. We couldn't match Eccentric, but I knew we weren't going, so it was faster to the straight line, and it had better tyres. And this is very much a fast track. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm pleasantly surprised and pleased with that performance. We head to the Plaza Circuit for our next race. I'm a fair way back, as is the i8 in this one. Should be interesting. I should, in theory, have the grip in the twisty sections. We're both all-wheel drive, so we'll have kind of a match for traction. The i8 will have the top speed, but that's only really used in a couple of places. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think we should be fast here. Again, at the end of the day, if we aren't winning here, then it's a problem. Like, we're never going to win at the Mangrove Circuit. We're never going to win on the dirt. I know that much. It's the way, compared to the cars with the off-road race tyres and stuff. I'm not expecting to. But here is where we should be good. It is a little bit damp. Don't know if that's going to make too much of a difference. Ooh, got a lot of understeer through there that I wasn't quite prepared for. Sure, that's fine. That's fine. We will drive our way through all of the street furniture and all of the spray, and I can't really see very much. But yeah, I mean, the downside I get with these tyres, of course, is we won't have the power of a lot of cars. The off-road race tyres do give a decent amount of power. You can get a decent amount of power in those vehicles. The i8s are 1 and 2, which I think I'm going to be able to get through the traffic as well as the i8 there to really join in the fun. It's 3 wide up ahead. That's asking for trouble. I am just going to try and bide my time. It's easier said than done, really. We're trying to pick our way through all of this traffic. It's, again, 3 wide coming up the hill. There's a gap through the middle, I think, somewhere. The many wings in front of us. We will not be able to find a way past just yet. I think we'll get El Pass here, though, which is something. We can follow the many wings through that corner at least, so we're up to 4th. Right, so the i8 is going to lead the way, coming on to the start-finish straight. Oh, there's a dive from the M3, having a look at the final corner. And it missed a checkpoint, so that's another position for me. We've got a run on the i8, but turn 1... Oh, that's very slow through turn 1 there. Turn 1 is difficult at the best of times. I wasn't planning on a pass there, but I was... Oh, the bump caught us out big time again. It's not the first car that I've had trouble with through that section. Right, come on. Come on, 1M. 1M? M1. Bloody hell. It's too many similar named cars. That's going to have a very big slide. We're going to try and get to the inside. I might be able to get the pass completed here. And I mean, we need to do this if we're going to have any chance of catching Eccentric. We've got to get the pass completed and get away, pretty much. Nope, you're not going to find a way past there. Unfortunately, it's just killing all of our time at the moment, is this one. We will try, and we are successful in kind of diving through that corner. That was mostly just to make it awkward so the car behind couldn't have a look while carrying as much speed as I possibly can, which should be half decent. Oh god, what I'd give for some slightly bigger front tyres on this car. I think that is the main problem with this car, is it's just not got very big front tyres to help it. And that's where we really need the turn in this to stand a chance, because we don't have the acceleration. So the i8 is struggling for turn in as well, but it has the power to make up for it, whereas we don't. We're all corner speed and no straight line speed. Bumps did not catch us out that time. Still, it's so difficult to get through there. It's just not good enough handling. Maybe I should have gone aero, but the problem is, if I had gone aero, maybe we would have fixed that problem, but then our straight line speed would have been even more of an issue. But yeah, maybe we could have made the most of the car's strengths. Oh, that's unfortunate. Thankfully, it didn't actually slow us down any. It seems like once the i8 gets into a rhythm, we just can't do anything about it. We're just not quite quick enough. It was always going to be tough getting through the traffic at the end of the day. That one was always going to be a tall order. We will have a little bit of... turns nicely through there when you get it right. Yeah, we can kind of gain in places as you would hope, but it's just not good enough. It's just not... Yeah, it's not good enough in these corners to mount a serious challenge. I'm going to guess the i8 is probably 3/4 of a second lap faster than us here. Most of the time, if we get a perfect lap, we might be able to swing it our way a little bit. It's that tantalising amount. It's that amount where I kind of want to push. I want to push the car harder to try and gain some time, but it's so easy to end up overdriving the car and getting in trouble. We're going to have a lift through there. Actually, a bit of an all-wheel drift through that corner from the M1. Missed the brakes slightly into that section. We were well clear of the rest of the pack. Which is something for us, at least. We'll get on the brakes and turn in through this section. It's certainly not a bad car to drive, this. It is just a trifle understeering. I don't mind that in terms of a balance. I'd rather that than it sliding. Problem is, as far as lap times go, well, it just doesn't have the front end grip to get it into these corners that we would need to match the i8 or to match some other, say, potential build. I think this is always going to struggle a little bit. I feel like we might have had a good lap here in that the i8's not really pulled away. I think lap time wise can probably be quite close. However, yeah, just too much lost early on, and we are going to have to settle for second. It's not too bad though at the end of the day. I've built a lot more mediocre cars than this one. The i8 is really the only one that has any sort of answer. Sadly, I butchered that one up at the end there with running wide out of the final corner. That was going to be a 26-second lap time, I think. Sorry, I think of the right words for it. Yeah, I think it was going to be a 26. Yeah, I think that final lap we were definitely on for a 26. I think we could match the i8's lap time. We had to be perfect to do it, but we could. And we were miles clear of everything else. The M5 couldn't quite get on the podium, but it got bloody close in all of that. Yeah, it was a fun race. Would have been interesting. The battle between me and the i8 could have been very interesting there. We head to the Baja Scramble for our next race. Now, this time you put me alongside the i8. The track where I definitely can't compete with it. God damn it, game. I mean, if we can get on the podium, I think we're doing fairly well. Because at the end of the day, this is a full dirt circuit. We are on the less preferred tyre. So, yeah, I mean, well, the i8 can drop back. It won't matter. That thing will decimate everybody here, I should expect. I mean, what have we got going for us? I mean, the M1 is pretty good handling, but it's just going to be out-gripped by everything, and I can't make up time through a fast tarmac corner because I got none of those, and we're not very good in a straight line. So, yeah, there is some serious limitations to what we can do. However, I shall make the most of it. Oh, why did that suddenly stop? That's unfortunate. No, I was carrying speed. I was expecting it to not end up parked down there, so I was trying to duck underneath to avoid it washing up the circuit, and it actually ended up not doing that. Oh well, we gambled and we got it a little bit wrong. Oh god, don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall. We've got a lot of cars chasing us here. The M5 is out very wide. The i8 has sent it at the hairpin, and it didn't really work very well. We might have some M3 for company back there, which, I mean, we were racing it at the Mangrove Circuit, but as I said, here is all very different. Oh, the M5 is out wide. The M1 hates the bumps. It just absolutely hates them. It is so sketchy over there. There's been a bump between the M3 and M5 up at the front of the track. We've got it very, very wonky through there, essentially, and we are not going to be able to hold it through all of that, so we're going to have to just settle in to fall to 6th. El Pass back to the lead of the race. I mean, it's a big gaggle of cars. Oh dear. We're going to end up in trouble through that. Eccentric's going to run. I do quite like the high line through here. It can be quite helpful for getting the car off the corner quite nicely. Oh, El Pass, I think, hit the edge of the bridge and spun. It is possible to do. We see a few cars get in trouble like that, and yeah, in all the tussling, the M5 has ended up pointing the wrong way. It has recovered and will probably might still have a chance to catch us before the end of the race if it has got the speed. So I'll be up against all the cars ahead of me are on off-road race tyres as far as I am aware. So if I can beat any of them, it's good going. We know how fast Eccentric's i8 is. We're not likely to catch that. We've got a decent enough run through the first corner. If I can just stop my car being so horrible on the bumps, it's not... say we stand a bit better chance. It is very dicey on the bumps, so I've got to be careful. Come on, front end get turned. Right, onto the banking we head. Try and get the car off of there nicely. Which we do to an extent. We're hoping that the big fight up ahead will potentially slow them down enough that I can pick up the pieces somewhere, and that the M5 can't recover to repass me at some point. I mean, yeah, they are very much slowing each other down. I think they are all individually faster than me, but as a group, we can kind of cling on for dear life if I don't do that too much. I thought I was going to get away with a very, very light brush on the wall, but that was not the case at all. They're actually more being helped by the fact that the i8 doesn't know how to do an overtake. That's slowing everybody down. That M3 with many wings is also twitchy across these bumps. I mean, I'm on off-road race. I'm on rally suspension in this. I know it's still a supercar at the end of the day, so it's not the greatest ground clearance. Surprised the M3's suffering from a very similar looking problem to me. Because if you've got the car on rally or off-road race tyres, you're going to put it on the rally suspension. It makes sense too, really. Come on, front end turn through here. Can we get through this next corner? Hopefully quite nicely. But yeah, I mean, we're tantalisingly close, but it's just not going to be enough. We're close enough to watch, we're just not close enough to really be able to do anything, although the M3 got all sorts of crossed up there. I got a big kick of oversteer, ended up sliding up towards the wall. Can we do... I mean, we can carry good speed through here. Oh, we might be able to do something with that. It has thrown me a little bit out coming into this final corner. All we've got to do is get the power down on the exit, which we do. We might be able to sneak a fourth. It's not quite a podium, It was a good, I'd say it was a good race. My car was always going to struggle a smidge around here, but it put up a hell of a fight. And we do beat the mightiest of winged machines to claim a 4th place in this. Yeah, we've not quite... Again, considering what we're racing with, I'm pretty pleased with the lap time it's able to do. It is surprisingly competent. It's just not going to fight with the with Eccentric's car at the front. We are off to the Estadio Circuit for our final race, and we are a long way back. No, not all the way back. I think the i8 is going to win here. The straights are just going to be too long. We'll be quick in a couple of places, but we've got too much understeer. It's not going to be up enough lap time. We should be second, I would think. I don't think much is going to be able to... Much else is going to be able to match us from what we have seen so far. 2002 might not be too bad, although it does start directly in front, and it does not get off the line fantastically well. Of course, it is much lighter. I mean, this thing's actually quite light. It's 2,800 pounds, which is, yeah, not bad going. I mean, so the i8 has dropped to the back. I suspect even with that, it's going to be too fast for us or anybody, really. We're probably the biggest rival to it. We are on the outside up here, and this is not a place I really want to be on the outside, but we're going to desperately try and make it work here in the M1, and we do get the move completed. Oh, I'm out of gears. That's a new problem that I didn't foresee. Oh, I didn't know. God, that was actually a little bit iffy by me. Sorry, Alpas. Didn't know how much speed people were going to be taking through there. I was a little too cautious. In fact, I should have run into that corner a little bit faster. We can get off there quite nicely. Tried to sneak through a gap, didn't quite work. Yeah, okay. I didn't really expect my gears to be a problem. I didn't expect to be running out of them. It's not normally an issue we come up against. Not that we have that much more straight line speed anyway. Actually, I could have sworn the what's it called? The tuning, reckon it could do like 180. Must have misread it. Otherwise I might as well just stuck aero on it if we're gear limited to like 160. Oh, we have got an overlap here. We are to the inside of the M3. It does not have the grip to hold it around the outside, and as we head, we were a little bit of a wonky line on the way in there. Oh, we get bumped out wide. We're definitely not going to stay ahead of Eccentric now, because if we could have got clear there, we might have been able to do it if Eccentric got stuck in traffic. I think Eccentric can just outpower us all in a straight line anyway. So you don't when you've got the power car, you don't really get stuck in traffic the same, because you literally just wait until you get to a straight and then you go past it. You do still get stuck a little bit, but it's slightly different. We are looking for a way past. The M3 can defend into turn 1. I was hoping it was going to outbrake itself. I was getting ready to try and do a cutback. It defended fairly sensibly. We're about to both get mugged by an i8. Although, we're going to make it very difficult for the i8, because if we go side by side all the way down the straight, there might not be any space for another car. So yeah, Eccentric's going to have to wait a little bit. Now, it's going to understeer in front of us on that one, and we will have to wait for another corner. Maybe on the exit of the chicane we will do it. The i8 is still there having a look. We've got one lap to try and fend it off. We are still on the inside. That will be the position to us. Unfortunately, I suspect the i8 is just going to breeze past us by the time we get down to turn 1. I mean, it loses a little bit through that section, but here it comes with all its speed. We will move across and kind of defend into this first corner. We're going to have to... I don't think it matters where we put the car. While we can carry some good speed through here, for example, it's just never going to be enough to get us... though something has gone on. I don't know whether it got tangled with the M3. Okay, maybe we have got far enough away in all of this that... I went for another gear that was not there. Right, now all we've got to do is I still didn't get that chicane very well this time around, if I'm honest. Problem is, I don't think I actually ever did that chicane on my own, so I don't really know where I need to brake and what I need to do with this as we head through the final corner here. Well, as we leave it, it's the i8 will, I imagine, outrun, possibly, the M3 to the line in all of this. It looks like it will. The i8 clearly the fastest car there. I do get a victory. The M1 does get a victory, just not quite. Not quite fast enough. I mean, technically we got a quicker lap, but that's only because the i8 was stuck in a hell of a lot of traffic. And we did get a mostly clean run on the final lap there. Yeah, I mean, I like that M1. It's a nice car. It's a solid car overall. Problem was there was one that was considerably better, really. We're better than the rest of the field on the most part. I'm definitely not going to abandon the whole rally tyre build. I think it can work. I don't think that was necessarily the car to make it work, or maybe I could have or should have built it slightly differently. But it certainly wasn't a bad car to drive. It wasn't too bad of a car to drive. Yeah, it was a bit understeery. And while I do like my car, while I don't like my car's oversteering, that was a bit, yeah, struggling with front end grip. But there we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the rest of the community sign up section, and you can register to take part in there. That though is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.